we are gathered here today
Yes.
for peace accord. I hope you will agree to all the terms of the peace in this place today.
We should be asking those who are not here at this time why they don't allow peace to reign during the election. And a bigger question is, why are we signing a peace accord during an election? Are we at war? So, and we're just coming from a Osun election where over 40 people, close to 50 people were killed in post and during election, pre-election and during election violence. So we should be talking about how to fish out these people and punish them for the heinous crimes that were committed in that election. That's just one off-season election. Thank you. City boy, all of them, they go next year. So it's very pathetic that this is the nature of our politics. We have just admitted that we can't have free and fair and peaceful elections by holding this kind of events.
Well, despite the peace accord signed in Osun State, you still have this kind of a report from that state. So what do we expect?
Everybody knew several persons were killed in Osun State. They were killed by the people who signed the peace accord. All the candidates, especially the major candidates. It's very sad.
How come you still have faith in this process despite all of this?
I don't have faith in it. I'm bringing faith to the system. Those are two different things.
Please, I want to tell you again
Yes.
that this Osun election was the most adjudged as the peaceful and credible by a stakeholder.
How can you say in good conscience that an election that led to the death of 50 citizens of any country is a peaceful election? How can you say that? Do you know that Russia and Ukraine are at war? Whenever they hear that 10 people are killed, everybody's saying that's unprecedented. And we are talking about people who are using nuclear devices to fight themselves. We are here in an election that involves less than 2 million people in Osun State. 50 people had to die as a result of that. You are calling it peaceful election. How can an election in which that number of people die be referred to as peaceful? Is there another name for peace or peaceful election? I'm just asking.
Okay, that Osun election,
Yes.
as you know, it was. Many people will say that, oh, the INEC did a very good job. Why will you assess INEC on that spot?
Even as we speak, I don't know, maybe upon arriving here they have concluded it. As we speak, INEC is yet to complete the upload of all the election results, 3 days after. So I'm just giving you that as an example. See, you may have a problem with it, but my standards are very high for peaceful, free and fair elections. If you're going to have free and fair elections, you can't have it halfway. You have to upload all the polling units into your IREP portal timelessly. It must be completed before you announce the election results. So, and there are other issues that bedeviling the election. You can say that doesn't concern INEC. The issue of bribery of voters. It was unprecedented in Osun State. Unprecedented violence. What we can say did not happen outrightly is that maybe they did not, this time around, the IREF portal did not fail. But they still haven't completed upload of all the results on the IREF portal. So, like I said, if we are going to have free and fair, credible and peaceful elections, the standards cannot be different. We can't, on one side, lose 50 people, and 2 days later be claiming that we had a peaceful election. What happened to those 50 people? Nobody's even talking about it. Nobody's even investigating who killed them. How did they die? Who, why, under which circumstance? Why do people have to die during an election? Like I said, off-season election involving only 2 million voters. Yeah. But if anybody is going to be praised, it will be the people of Osun State, who came out against all odds. 40% of appearance is quite encouraging. And it shows that their level of consciousness is high for election. Maybe their level of consciousness is not as high as mine when it comes to looking for good governance. But at least we must respect their choice.
What rift do you have with Davido and his uncle, Adeleke?
You know, I made a statement after I went to Osun State that I didn't see any progress in Osun State made by his uncle. And that his uncle, as far as I'm concerned, has nothing upstairs. And Davido reacted on Twitter that because of that he insulted me, which I'm very used to. And but I've been proven right, because after the man won, he made the most egregious mistake of his life. He endorsed Tinubu. Only a brainless person would do that after getting the endorsement of your state electorate. In an election in which the Tinubu's people killed, between the two of them, because nobody knows who killed who now, killed a lot of people. And even Davido himself has now stated that politicians are evil, right? and he won't have anything to do with politics again after this one. The only reason he got involved with this one is because his family is involved anyways. So they are using Osun State as their jackpot. But after his brother is back in power, he said he's no longer, he suddenly realized that politicians are evil. But that's what I was saying, that politicians are evil, including his uncle, who I said has nothing upstairs. And what he said after the election even showed that he has to be one of the most foolish people. If you want to endorse Tinubu, it's your right. But to claim that you're endorsing him because he's a Yoruba man, you are a state governor, for God's sake. Nobody can even claim that everybody in the Osun State who voted for you is a Yoruba person. There are Igbos there are Hausas there are Muslims, there are Christians. So you are endorsing Tinubu as if it's people that were killed during the election violence are not Yoruba people. That's why I repeat again that the man has nothing upstairs. Maybe the only any brain he has is under his feet. That's why he knows how to dance very well.
How Nigeria will be able to decide which of anyone is a saint to deliver the country?
It's not about being a saint. There's no, only the Catholic Church put up people as saints. Politics requires people with vision, all right? People who have a mission, people who have character. Nobody's asking for a saint. We are not trying to elect the Pope. We're trying to elect a Nigerian leader who can serve Nigerian people. So we are looking for people who can serve, not saints. Somebody can be a saint in one area and not be a saint in the other. Even the Catholic Church, where they canonize saints, some people disagree with them. Mother Teresa was once canonized as a saint. There are people who feel otherwise. But that's not the conversation we're having. The conversation we're having is not for sainthood. If we are telling you that your country can experience peace, progress, and prosperity, and we have shown you how to do it, that is the sainthood we are looking for in politics. If somebody comes and tells you that he wants to do it and he's done it before he has failed, that is not a saint, because you have caught him with their hand in a cookie jar, stealing your resources. They've ruined your country. They've created conditions that breed violence and poverty. People who, in different political parties, since 26 years ago, took Nigeria from being one of the countries you can manage to a country with multidimensional poverty. You can't call those ones saints. Those are villains.
First peace accord that we signed over the years.
Yes.
We've seen dispensation over dispensation, peace accords being signed. But does it really change anything?
It doesn't. And that's the sad part about it. It's one of our national election rituals. We also attend not because we believe in it. It's because we have time on our hands. And also, in some regard, it's an opportunity to socialize with the other presidential candidates. Last election, I sat next to Tinubu. And we didn't socialize anyway, so we sat next to each other, and that's the last time we saw eye to eye. But this is an opportunity to also let Nigerians know who the presidential candidates are, and our disposition towards peaceful elections.
So if you say it doesn't make a difference, what do you think will make a difference in terms? The
reason I say it doesn't make a difference is that the people who signed peace accord in Osun State killed 50 people after they signed the peace accord. Didn't you guys cover it? So if it meant anything at all, why would you sign the peace accord and then go and carry a gun after that and kill 50 people?
So what will you be expecting after signing today's peace accord?
We conclude the ritual and move on to campaigning. I'm more interested in campaigning, and this also presents an opportunity for Nigerians to know who the candidates are. This is the first time all the candidates will sit together. And this will become a ritual of sorts. It is a ritual. I'm not deceiving myself. We're going to finish signing the peace accord next tomorrow. You hear about violence propelled by the major parties who are here. You don't need to be deceived. We just came from Australia. That's an off-season election of less than 2 million voters. 50 people have to die. So maybe what the peace accord needs to do is also have to have a justice accord that will follow if anybody then go against the peace, the terms and conditions of the peace accord. They can be picked up and tried. Because I don't know why nobody is talking about these 50 people that died in Osun State. Not even the candidates that won, not the other side. Nobody's talking about them. It's like we have just sacrificed them to the gods of politics, and we should all go home.
You'll be having an opportunity of seeing President Tinubu face to face and close.
Today?
Today, maybe.
It doesn't look like it's coming.
Are you sure? I want to know whether if he comes, are you going to tell him those things that you always talked about him?
I think they have separated me and him. Our seats are far apart. So now I'm AAC, and before you get to APC, I think it's far. And they might have done it deliberately so that we don't sit next to each other. But if I see him today and I have an opportunity to tell him, and I say, sir, we sat last time and I told you will fail, and you have failed. So what's next? When are you retiring?
Have you asked the reason why you have been separated from the city?
Now, see, interestingly, last time we fought against the way they set up. What they did last time is they put the major parties as the first, second, and third. And I fought them that it has to be alphabetical. as we have our names on the ballot paper. And that's what they did this time around. So I believe Father Kuka listened to counsel.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.